Hey, Spuddies, Potato Whiskey here, and welcome back to Anno 1800. Now, I have a pair of frigates here, and I have a mission to send 2 frigates to the New World. So I'm going to go ahead and tell these guys to make their way to La Isla. So they'll head their way over there, and that will complete that mission. Now, I also need to do the Refugees Welcome mission, and I've also got a couple of other expeditions that I need to do, and I'm also doing like a tutorial, all that sort of stuff. I think my main goal of this episode is I want to get the, what was the thing I wanted to, I forget, the Hacienda. I want to get the Hacienda up here, and in fact, we're about to get a delivery. Our Corvette, our Clipper just made it here, and it's picking up rum. Yeah, I wanted to build this Hacienda. Now, before we actually build it, let's do a little double check here. Is it in the right place? So let's go ahead and delete that. We'll go to blueprint mode just so we don't misplace it. I think this is probably the best spot we can put it, realistically. It's got to hit a lot of different buildings. It's got a lot of stuff inside it, so let's go ahead and upgrade it. So this is the Hacienda. A Hacienda opens its gates. Beautiful new Hacienda, a home for agricultural innovation, a good government, and fine living. Now, it provides attractiveness, and I don't know if you want stuff attached to the Hacienda. Like, I don't know how the paving works. Connects buildings and allows for the transportation of goods. Like, I'm going to delete some of these houses here so that we can build Hacienda living quarters, right? Do these have a road? Is that correct? Is that how you're supposed to do it? I'm not entirely sure. It seems to be working. So I think the Hacienda distributes goods. Or is it the market that distributes? I don't think it's the market that distributes. So yeah, we're going to need some jornalero residence quarters. So I'm going to add a few more of those. The idea here is that as they fill up, they will be happier. Now, I'm not entirely sure how to make hot sauce. I'm super down to give these guys work clothes, because that's another 5 jornaleros and plus 2 coins. It seems like these like Hacienda roads work just like normal roads. It's just they're not fully compatible in the way that you would think, which is kind of weird. So we're going to demolish another section of our town, and this is so we can add more houses. These do fill up eventually. They do like rum, and they do like chapels. Yeah, I know we don't have sufficient workers, but we're going to work on that, okay? Speaking of insufficient workers, we could create a Hacienda farm here to use this little bit of crop, this sort of edge. And let's say we were going to grow potatoes here. We can make use of these sort of bits of land to the edge here. And the idea is now that we have a potato farm, we should be able to make a Hacienda brewery to make rum. Because, or to make schnapps rather, because these guys like schnapps. Oh, you got a new newspaper. Need consumption plus 10%. You know what? A little bit of, have a propaganda here. Let's do just a little distraction. It's just a little revision, not a huge amount of propaganda. So why isn't the chapel reaching here? Let me see, where is the chapel? That's the police station. Let's copy the potato farm. But this one, we actually want to make sugarcane. And we're going to demolish this. And this as we rework the island. That uses up this kind of awkward section of land over here. So now we're making sugar cane. And then we'll tidy up this section of road here. And we can continue to add more residences, which will hopefully fill up. So yeah, this was our goal. Our goal was to set up a Hacienda area. That was the plan. Now it seems like Haciendas. Oh, I could choose a policy. So let's hear. Dietary education initiative. This would mean that people eat less fried plantains, tortillas, jalea, and ice cream. Specialized lumberjack training. Oh, so if I increase the attractiveness. So the attractiveness is what matters here. We will get these guys work clothes when the time comes. We're still a little bit light on workers, but we can fix that in time. So let's see here. Okay, so she needs an escort. This is what the 2 frigates were for. We need to escort this. What's under attack? Ah, no! Protect me! Who is this? Alfonso Graves. Go get him. I'll send my flagship after that. I'm in the process of building a Hacienda here, Alfonso. That's a rude thing to do. Yeah, so it seems like you don't need a whole lot of, what do you call them? You don't need lots of warehouses for Haciendas, which is something that I appreciate. I'm going to grab myself another Hacienda farm. Now we're going to need a certain amount of rum production on here. Let's get our schnapps production online. So I'm going to grab myself a Hacienda brewery right there. This Hacienda brewery is going to make me schnapps. It just takes potatoes. Begin brewing. Now the potatoes You use 1 potato every minute, and you produce a potato every 30 seconds. So we could probably have 2 breweries. Then I will add another Hacienda farm right there. My fleet has entered the region. Perfect. Yeah, we're chasing him down with our ships. Go get him. Don't let him get away. Good stuff, right? We are chasing him. Insufficient workforce, attractiveness. Yeah, we'll work on that. Now, this is a Hacienda farm. Trying to remember what we need to make for these guys. What do you guys want? We're working on getting you schnapps because that's one of your needs. Where did I send those ships? Oh, there they are. Yeah, I don't have a plan for that just yet. Now, we are also producing sugarcane, 1 sugarcane every 30 seconds. So let's add to this production 2 Hacienda breweries, I think, in order to make rum. The interesting thing is we can pump up the Hacienda farms even higher. So you'll use 1 rum every 48 seconds. How often do you produce a sugarcane? Every 30 seconds. I think we beat that guy. I don't know if we're chill with this Kingfisher or not. It seems like we are. Yeah, I know we have a workforce shortage. I'm still in the process of like getting that figured out. So I'm going to start demolishing some stuff here as we retool. We're no longer having a ceasefire with Anne Harlow. We're missing Jornalero houses, so we'll keep on going on that front. Probably be good to get a town hall right there. I think that's one of the good things here about... hold on, we need to make sure you're connected. What do you mean you're outside Hacienda range? Oh, I see. It needs to be connected. Okay, I need to sell these fried plantains because they're actually quite valuable. We have 6k. I'm not going to bother doing the escort mission right now. I'm still in the process of like building up my economy. What's going on over here? Is my economy getting wrecked? Yeah, the lack of rum. Otherwise, everything is looking okay. Now, I have nothing to put in this town hall at the moment, but that's fine. Right, Hacienda. Jornalero. New achievement. What is this? 20 modules. Very cool. So I don't know how to produce the hot sauce. I think that's the one thing that we're missing. We definitely need to make work clothes. Needs to be imported. Okay, so that would need to be imported. So we won't supply those just yet. So we will eventually import those work clothes. In fact, we might set up the supply right now. Although I think we're better off focusing on developing the existing infrastructure. So let's demolish the old housing style. Out with the old, in with the new. Okay, some of these are outside of Hacienda range. I feel like the Hacienda range got smaller. I don't know if I'm crazy. Okay, she wants a ceasefire again. I'm gonna decline that for now. Ah! Okay, she's attacking me. Hold on. Anne! Ceasefire. 14,000, that's way cheaper. Done. Alright, flatter her. So she won't attack our ships anymore. God, what was I doing? God, I'm getting distracted. I'm trying to get enough workers in my haciendas. This is a slow and steady sort of situation. What does the schnapps? It's not looking great. We are getting there in terms of workforce. I definitely want some obrera quarters, so I will lay some of those down. Now, I don't think we have any houses that need to be supplied by that market anymore. I think they're all being supplied by this. Let's grow some more taters. Okay, it looks like the range of my hacienda got bigger, and I don't know why. That's something I don't fully understand. But it is good to know that the range can get bigger. We have fulfilled our jornalero workforce, and it will slowly increase because our current maximum should be 7 plus 3, that's 10, plus 2, that's 12. So we should have 12 people in every single one of these houses. So we should have a little bit of a surplus. The schnapps will add another plus 4. If we can get enough schnapps supply on this island, we are going to need a second. Oh, we have 2 schnapps distilleries. Do we need another 2 schnapps distilleries? I noticed an obrero shortage. We're working on that. It's slow going. Okay, we'll need to make tortillas, and that'll take some time. But the jornalero problem is easing. What kind of lifestyle needs do you have? Are we out of rum? We're out of rum. So rum is processed every 30 seconds. 30 seconds. This produces every 30 seconds. Does that mean we need 1 hacienda sugarcane farm for every 1 rum distillery? I'm tempted. Tempted to overwork the hacienda sugarcane farm, with the idea being that we only need 2 sugarcane farms to run 3 rum distilleries. So that's what we're going to do. That is the plan. All right, let's add a few more of those jornaleros residences. The range of this is getting bigger, which is awesome. The town hall fits a lot of people into it. I'm wondering Could we buy stuff to boost the town hall? Not that I'm aware of. Didn't see anything there that would do it. We do need more obrero workforce. And because the range of the Hacienda is increasing, and again, I don't know why the range of the Hacienda is increasing. I just know that it is. Now I'm trying to remember, can I grow bananas in the Hacienda farms? Because if I can grow bananas in the Hacienda farms, that means we don't need banana plantation. No, it looks like we cannot grow that bananas there. So we are going to need banana plantations, but I could move some of these banana plantations away from the Hacienda. So what do you make? Sugarcane, corn, all these things. Okay, got it. You can brew hot sauce in the brewery. Now that is useful information. I reckon, here's a question. Can the Hacienda farm work outside of the Hacienda? Does it need to be in range? Let's say in theory, I put a Hacienda farm over here and I wanted to grow some spices, right? Outside Hacienda range, it says. Now, is that outside warehouse range or is that outside Hacienda range? If I put a warehouse here, okay, looks like it's outside Hacienda range. We learned. That's good to know because I could set hot sauce up somewhere nearby. Some of these houses over here aren't getting perfect access to the Hacienda. There's kind of two ways I can deal with this. I can add a road like this, which should fix the problem, or I could delete them. Now, where do we want our hot sauce plantation? All right, let's get a Hacienda farm here. We will select spices and we'll begin planting up in here. Then we're going to need a brewery to actually make the hot sauce. The Hacienda is awesome because it doesn't need as many delivery stuff or whatever. The processing time on that is 2 minutes. The processing time on this is 1 minute. So we will need 2 breweries to match the output of a single one of these farms. But that will bring hot sauce to the jornaleros, which will make them happier. Now, I don't think we're producing enough peach schnapps. I think we do have 2 potato farms, which means we could easily fit 2 more of these schnapps distilleries on the island. So let's see if we can't stick you in there, push you forward. Both of you are going to become schnapps recipes. In terms of potato production, demand is 2 out of 4, going up to 4 out of 4. So we should begin supplying enough schnapps for the population. Yes, we'll be able to supply them, which means that the supply of schnapps will become steady. I know you're waiting for the hot sauce to brew. Let me get a second red pepper farm. And we have to wait for the hot sauce to kick in so we actually get those extra workers. For now, we got to chill. We're waiting for the schnapps to be done. But yeah, transitioning to the Hacienda, it was a bit of a process, but I think we got there in the end. We do need to make a lot more obreros. That'll be, again, another process. We'll work on it. Hot sauce is one of those things where I think it might be worth it for us to bump up the productivity on, because building them in 1 minute 20 versus 2 minutes is a lot faster, and that will help us reach our supply need. We're only at 59% productivity. Oh, there's ruins in my cities. Hold on. I think something bad happened over here. Right. There was a lack of fire safety here. Oh, this island looks so gross now when I look at it. I'm so used to the new world and how pretty it is. Okay, even the obreras like hot sauce, so that's actually a big deal. I understand what they need better. I probably should have put this more central. Oh God, you have to drag the roads with it? That is so not the vibe I wanted. But it would be better if it was here. Okay, I need to move it to the left slightly. Hold on. Make sure everything's in range again. Okay, I think I prefer just using normal roads because the Hacienda roads, due to the way they work. Oh, come on, you gotta be... Okay. Like, this means now we have better use of the stuff to the right. I should probably move this town hall. Actually, it's in a pretty good spot, I think. It covers a lot of dwellings. All right, these guys are starting to get their hot sauce in. Atole is something we need to produce. Now, is atole produced in the Hacienda? It is. What is it made from? Atole is brewed from corn and sugar. Got it. We are going to want to make that if we can. Let's upgrade these roads for the sake of it. Yeah, we're low on bricks, so we're definitely going to need to get more obreros to fill our need for bricks. So let's grab ourselves some Hacienda obreros residences. We're down a lot of them. Yeah, I don't know if I'll be moving my Hacienda again. I suppose I could move it to the right slightly. Ooh, who's under attack and why? Jesus, the ship of the line. Harbor under attack. Let's get our gunships over there. We have a sort of series of small gunships that we're producing. I just make a ton of small gunships because they're basically quick reaction forces. Each gunship does 22 damage, which is a significant amount of DPS. per size or whatever. There's also a quest here. What do you guys want? Find and collect the stray dogs. I really feel like your priorities are just way off, considering the fact the island is under siege and you were like, can you find me dog? Where's me blood and waffa? Desdemona, ship of the line, is now getting triple whammied by my gunboats, which is good. And considering the gunboats do 21 DPS, this is 60 DPS, which is on par with the ships of the line. Okay, perfect. We killed him. Did he drop anything? What did he drop? Grab that flotsam. Some beer. Go deposit that beer in the capital. Okay, job's done. It's a riot active. Thankfully, we do have a police station nearby. We definitely need to make corn tortillas to make these obreros go further. But before we do that, I might move my banana plantations out to the area outside of the Hacienda influence, as I think it will be useful to have that Hacienda influence before Hacienda stuff. So I'll pop a banana plantation here, and I will just fill this whole dang area with banana-y stuff. There we go. And then we will duplicate this and do the exact same thing again. So nice banana plantations going. That means I can close/delete my 2 banana plantations here. We should, in theory, yeah, we're now making double the bananas we need to be making, so I can clear these. Banana plantation, and I can move the non-Hacienda production buildings over here as well for the sake of being efficient. This is why I love the ability to move buildings around, because I think it gets rid of like that little bit of gameplay friction that not being able to move buildings introduces, and makes the game just feel a lot nicer to play. It becomes a little bit more like a puzzle game, like you're just moving pieces around. And I think that is just a way more satisfying experience than to sort of punish your players for not perfectly thinking ahead, right? So let's build ourselves a few more Obrera houses, and we would like to stay inside the influence of the town hall with as many of our houses as possible. So we're just constantly reshaping and retooling our landscape. Let's move poncho production outside of the Hacienda as well. Get wrecked, Alfonso. Couldn't defeat my island. All right, so we've cleared a bunch of space over here now to keep getting obrero houses. I do want to move this one tile to the right and then take this corner house. And then what if I moved it down one tile? I mean, I'm not making use of the town hall just yet, but one day I will. And the more houses I have in range of that town hall, the better in the long run. So what's our hot sauce supply looking like? We're definitely using more hot sauce than we currently ideally would supply. So I'm going to add another one, or maybe another 2. What's the demand is slightly higher on spices. I think spices are just so slow to produce that it's worth overworking spices and pepper. Yeah, I know you're missing goods. Takes time, okay? Okay, new newspaper. I'm okay with the -5 happiness because we have double riot in here, so I'm going to avoid doing propaganda. Propaganda? Have a propaganda. I'm going to move my fire station over here. Can I squeeze my police station in here as well? It's not ideal, but it is a start. We can move service buildings sort of to the edge of the town. See, these 3 can occupy the corner where some houses may have gone otherwise, but still provide their services around. I'm gonna delete this stretch of road so we can shift these houses around in a more convenient way. Yeah, if I place this house here, I won't be able to get a road around it. We've taken care of the obrero workforce problem, which is great. And the Hacienda range is gargantuan now. I need a warehouse over here to get these goods in and out. Perfect. We'll get those peppers out of there, and then they'll actually be able to get over to these hot sauce factories, since everyone needs hot sauce. I'd like to make atole next. That is going to be corn and sugar. So let's grab a Hacienda farm here, and we will set this Hacienda farm to be producing corn. There we go. Then we're going to duplicate this farm, but we're going to set it to be producing sugarcane. Then we'll fill this space in here as well. And then we want to fit our breweries nearby if we can. Can't quite fit it there, although, oh no, it depends. Yeah, no, I can't fit it in here. I might be able to fit it in here, actually, if I rework this sugar field slightly. Put a brewery back there, and it's working on atole. A fire! No! Fire station, go. We'll come back to fix that. It's not my problem. I mean, it is my problem, but it's not my problem. So you're going to use 1 corn and 1 sugar every minute. Every 1 minute to produce 1 atole. You produce 3 sugar per minute, and you produce 1 corn per minute. If I were to set you to full blast, you produce a corn every 40 seconds, which means two of these corn plantations with a single sugar plantation should be able to run 3 atelier makers. Oh, I would like to learn about your airships. I'm a little busy though. I will get to these aluminum profiles, but we do not, I don't know if we have bauxite on this island, do we? No, I don't think we do. We have gold and oil, that's it. Listen, I'm still in the process of making atelier for my people, okay? Now, what does our hot sauce situation look like? Okay, we're just about producing enough hot sauce. What about the actual peppers? We're just about creating enough peppers. Right. So the ratio is 2 overworked corn farms to 1 overworked sugar farm gets me 3 atelier makers. Got it. So where do I want this corn farm to go? Okay, the fire left ruins behind. Let's go ahead and do the renovation and repairs. Perfect. Do a quick scan. Any issues here? No, you guys are chirping away, just good. Designing this city is a difficult challenge, like, because it's quite micro intense. Let's get that second corn farm. Yeah, we're using up valuable beach real estate here if we do this, actually, which might be better served by coastal buildings. Let me cancel this. Hacienda range. My goodness, I could move this Hacienda more to the east again. I'm really considering it. Move it down and then to the right. It could go more to the right. Let's grab all these. This is the furthest to the right it can fit right now. Look how far it can reach, dude. That's crazy. But it's still hitting everything. You're a little bit overworked. That tells me I need another warehouse in the area. Oh, I leveled up one of my export goods. So I'm kind of curious about that. So in theory, I leveled up my schnapps, which gets me a better exchange ratio. Storage is full of potatoes. Oh boy. That's fine. We'll do something about that. Right now, I'm worried about, oh, you guys don't have access to warehouses. Hold on. Got you warehouses. I got you everything you need. I could fit a few more houses. Oh, wow. Airship platform. Well, that's going to be kind of exciting. Atelier supply is improving. Let's get the 2 extra breweries. Just get them down. And then we'll figure out where the corn farm goes. How about up over here? You know what? It's going to go on this little island. All right. Corn farm secured. I'll put a warehouse here just for the sake of it. We'll kind of micromanage that development later. Let's refresh her. You got anything that goes in town halls? Not really. Actually, let's go to the old world. Maybe we can look through the shoppers here. Do I have I need another ship. Clippers are fast. I'll bring some gunships over. Oh, can I buy a ship? What is this? A clipper. I'll buy the clipper. Clipper is decent. So I want you to trade. Let's have a look at what he has in terms of items. I want something that goes in the town hall. This is happiness at the cost of riot. This is maintenance cost at the cost of range. Let's reroll. Happiness but riots. Maintenance cost self-repair. Let's do one more refresh. What do you got? Come on, you got to give me something good. Equipped in town hall. Maintenance cost but range. Oh, here we go. The Moderation Act means you drink less beer, schnapps, and champagne and rum, but -3 happiness. That's kind of cool. Means you need less of those. I don't know if any of those really matter to me. What do you got here? Affects churches, affects residences. 10% workforce, that's huge. Get over there. We want the lecturer for sure. Affects window makers. Instead of glass, the building processes quartz sand. That would allow me to skip a production step here, because that means quartz sand doesn't need to be processed into glass, which would save 100 jobs and 100 production for every 2 window makers, which is kind of a really interesting idea. What else you got? Income per house. That's a great one. It is only common, like it's a great common one. Every time passive trade happens at the trading post, there's a chance to gain 5 tons of something. I have a clipper here. I absolutely think the lecturer is worth buying, as is the fellow. We'll do a refresh. Oh, the trade didn't actually go through. I thought it was going to go through. Well, we learned. Oh, here we go. Expert planter. That's a great one. 50% productivity and modules for grain farms, red pepper farms, vineyards, and hacienda farms. That's kind of interesting. I don't really understand how that works. I'm going to get the expert planter. I'll put it over there. We'll eventually play around with that. I want to explore some of these gameplay mechanics, you know? But still, I'm in the middle of designing this. Okay. Oh, we have a jornalero workforce problem. Why is that? The hacienda range is a problem. Hold on. Okay, it's improving. Let's improve that supply. Go on, give me more jornaleros. Give it to me. I need them. Ooh, a quest. What do you want? They want me to give 14 weapons. Jesus, okay. They give me tortillas. Hey, a little tortilla. I will eventually set up a work clothes import here. It's just not my priority. Maybe I could add another town hall. Like, based on the range of my hacienda, we could probably fit another residential district in over here, and it would be a pretty good one. It's not perfectly sized. It's not a great island for residential districts, I will say that. So let's copy this row of houses and duplicate them on the other side. Perfect. And hopefully you guys are still in good range of the hacienda. You'll get all your needs met. We'll get our cash up. What's our atelier production looking like? It's looking like it's outstripping demand. Productivity is a little bit lower, but I think that was due to the workforce dipping. So we'll see how productivity sits. Maybe it'd be better if we made this housing block a little bit smaller. We'll just kind of compact it slightly. The atelier production for the obreras has increased. We're still not quite making enough hot sauce. Demand is a little bit undersupplied. So let's see if we can't maybe improve hot sauce production over here. A riot! Ah! I predict a riot! Alright, we'll grab ourselves a second police station, connect up this way. And we want more pepper farms. One pepper farm should in theory produce enough for, how many again? Is it 2 distilleries? I think it's 2, right? 40 seconds. I can't see how long they take because they're rioting. 40 seconds, which means it can produce for 2 because these take 1 minute 20 to produce a hot sauce. So that should be very doable. It's a bit of a messy area, but it'll improve in scale as we grow. So the obreras want a boxing arena. I'll happily give them that because it's worth a lot of happiness at the cost of only 100 maintenance. It doesn't actually take workers. That'll get them +4 happiness, +4 coins. We are going to need to make them coffee. I don't know. Can these farms grow coffee? They can grow coffee beans, so that's good. It looks like we've handled the revolt. She wants a smuggling quest. Hello.
I trust you.
Slip past patrols in Flotsam. Make your way over there. Grab you some loot. Now, I don't know what gold is used for, but we're at the point now where we can start thinking about airship stuff once we get our aluminum profiles factories going. Let's get tortilla production up. So corn takes 1 minute, tortilla takes 30 seconds. So 2 corn farms for every 1 tortilla maker, and the same for cattle. So I'll set up a productive zone somewhere near this beach, I guess. Let's build like a little road across here. The natural part of supplying a resource area is going to be a police station, a fire station, plus a warehouse. That's the beginning of any and all sort of productive areas. Let's go with 1 cattle farm. We can use corn as fodder, so that's actually really interesting. Not connected to the harbor. I didn't build the road properly. Hold on, let me see if I can fix that. So cattle farm requires this. It will use corn. We'll add more corn in a moment. Corn production. We are ready to pick up that cargo. So yeah, we're going to need another corn farm. Let's make that happen because we need the corn farm to supply the cattle feed silo. So +1 corn production is going to mean that we're overstripping our supply, our demand rather, which is good. It's what we want. And then that should mean that we're getting corn in here. Can we duplicate this whole setup? And then can we make them kind of marry up in a nice clean formation? Do a little rotation. That way there's minimal space wasted between them. Perfect. So that's the 2 cattle farms that we need to make tortillas. Then we're going to need 2 corn farms on top of that. Now the question is, do I want to make actual corn farms or do I want to make hacienda corn farms? The regular corn farm, right, if I build it, it takes 168 cultivation spots to produce a corn every minute. Or I can build a hacienda corn farm, which takes 64. Oh, I could use fertilizer. Oh, I don't have fertilizer. It's a problem. This uses 64 plots to produce one every minute, which I'm adding 50% to. So I think that's a pretty straightforward decision. Where do I want to put the corn farm? I think I could squeeze it in here maybe. That's 43 tiles. If I were to move this road, it's 52. 61. I need 3 more tiles. I think I can get them. 1 more corn farm right there. So that's 2 corn farms, 2 cattle farms. We will boost the productivity on the cattle farm as well. And then this will run 3 tortilla makers. There's no like hacienda building for tortillas, is there? No, there's a fertilizer, a brewery. But yeah, the tortilla maker's got to be like so. We need a warehouse. Why am I losing so much money? Goddamn royal taxes are hitting me, I think. Let's pop this guy in here. I'm kind of curious about this guy. If I were to build a trade union over by my farming area. I mean, supply of all these guys is fine. We're missing fur coats, of course. Ooh, 19,000. Nice. That's going to tide us over a bit. Okay, tortilla production should be up now. Let me check. What are we at? Yeah, we're making an excess of tortillas. That's amazing. So we've got huge amounts of tortillas for our obreras. We're lacking obreras. These guys over here are missing a chapel. So let me grab you guys a chapel like so. And I'm going to start moving some of the jornalero houses out this way to the new housing area because it's relatively easy to meet their needs. The only thing they need is a chapel, right? They don't care about a whole lot of things. Whereas the obrera, I kind of want them near this boxing arena and some other services, right? Like boxing arena and a chapel. These guys only need a chapel, so they should be that little bit easier. Kind of shift them around. I gotta say, this has been an interesting and satisfying challenge to use the Hacienda. And I think that in of itself made it worth playing around with. I don't think it was like overpowered or underpowered or anything like that. But it was an interesting challenge to make use of this from a city designer sort of perspective. Like, how do I make use of this thing? You know what I might do? I might shift this whole residential area down a little bit to marry up with the oil spring. So let me do this like so. Love it. That's going to allow us to do more with less, which is always the goal. I find this process quite satisfying to just kind of move these houses around in order to increase the efficiency of my town. Now we have a problem here is we have room for like 2 more houses in here, but not the room that you would think. So if I do this, and I shift everything to the right by 1 tile, I can put a nice stone path through here, fit a couple of extra houses in, and that's the puzzle, man. How do you make things fit nice around a town hall? Because eventually I'm going to want to put stuff in this town hall that will make this whole jornalero area more efficient. But more importantly, this town hall has a whole bunch of room for obrero residences, and the obrero residences eat the sort of like more goods to generate more resources, and they generate the high tier workforce that we need in order to run things like coffee plantations. Well, more importantly, the coffee roaster. So let's start that process of expanding the obrera residences. There's a few more. Just going to kind of fill this area with those. Spend all of our resources on it. We've created sort of like 2 neighborhoods now. We've got the sort of jornalero neighborhood whose needs are basically fulfilled. Now, we will eventually want to fulfill their lifestyle needs, like things like work clothes, all that sort of stuff. And then we've got the obrero neighborhood over here. And we may also want to consider building a regular supply zone, like with a marketplace and the regular housing. But with regards to the Hacienda right now, I'm having a lot of fun just trying to make the Hacienda work because it's just an interesting challenge. Okay, we're missing wood. Okay, so wood is a problem. Let me pull up this. So demand is 14, supply is 11. Let me build out towards this way. I can fit a 100% supply woodcutter right here, and it will need its own warehouse. And then let's add another one of those, like right there-ish. So that's like extra little bit of wood right there. Oh my God, we're surplus 900 balance. That's beautiful. That's what we like to see. So I definitely want to roast some coffee. We're gonna need some more jornalero residences. So I'll pop a few new ones down. And the ratio, well, I think before we start doing ratios, we should actually build the Hacienda farm. Where do we want the next farm to go? We could put one up over by these red peppers, I think, actually. So can you do coffee? There you go. That actually perfectly fit inside this little grid here. So now we're getting a coffee bean every 1 minute. We'll overwork this so that it's a coffee bean every 40 seconds, which just about almost feeds a coffee roaster. Now question, can I roast coffee in a Hacienda? I can't because it's not a brewery. So I do need to make a coffee roaster. Okay, so what's this? Cotton plantation plus alpaca fur makes the bomb bean. That'll be something we work towards. Right now I want to make coffee. I can't quite fit the coffee roaster in here. What if I were to change the layout of these roads slightly? Okay, I reworked the roads here to try and free up a little bit of space, and that lets me fit a coffee roaster in here. Shabam. So we'll start getting coffee now. I don't know what the actual consumption / production is on coffee. Another newspaper. Distraction. Bam! Lady Margaret Hunt does not like it when you do that. I would love to start using fertilizer silos because they give I think a 100% productivity boost, which would be massive. Unfortunately, I think I need machinery before we can start doing that. Oh, what's this? Airship platform. It needs aluminum. So I'm going to look around for an island with bauxite deposits because in the next episode, I would love to start looking. Oh, there's even beer chains here. Possible. Oh, explosion. Not that big a deal. It's just a charcoal kiln. But yeah, like, look, you know, we completely rebuilt this island around the Hacienda, and that was super, super productive. Now, we didn't, oh, I'm going to find Pyphorians running around here. There's one. There's two. There's three. There's four. All right, where's the next one? Come on now. I can hear them. Pixel hunting my streets is not my favorite type of quest. Okay, so we should be supplying a little bit of coffee. It's not a huge amount, but it should be just about enough. Yeah, we need a little bit more coffee beans and then probably a second coffee roaster. Question, can I retool this area to fit? I think I could fit a second coffee plantation in here. I probably couldn't fit a second coffee roaster in here. That's okay. Too many transporters. Let's upgrade you. If I rotated you, if I deleted, oh, hello. Lady Margaret Hunt has declared war on us. If I pulled you back a tile and focused on filling in this sector, pulled you back a tile, so close to maximum productivity here. I know what I can do. Every pixel of space is worth fighting for. That is perfect little rearrangement. Every single pixel matters. We'll be able to fit another building in here, which is the goal. And I need it to be a coffee hacienda farm. So close to fitting it all in here. I may have to move one of these breweries. I could do this. I need another 8 plots. Okay, I've had an idea. This might let me get it. Yes, okay. Just moving those factories around. So now we're making enough coffee beans. We're doing it every 40 seconds, which is enough for... We're doing it every 40 seconds, which means two coffee plantations does it every 20 seconds, which means we could run 3 coffee roasters at full capacity. We don't need to, but we'll just leave it as is for now. The atelier production is a problem. Let me have a look at that. What is your issue here? You're missing goods. We're not producing enough corn. Okay, interesting. Corn demand is higher than corn supply. So let's get another corn farm. It's a good spot over here for corn farms because they're kind of out of the way. Make sure we put a warehouse down to be able to actually do this. All right, so we're producing more corn here. We should see supply outstrip demand, hopefully. Region shaken up by new wave artists. The Obrera asks you to renovate her house. So I can't actually do that in these hacienda style houses. If I'm gonna renovate houses, it's gotta be a different kind of town. And we're starting to use up this island's potential. There's not a whole lot of room left on it. So atelier, in theory, we could just about make enough of it. What's our corn productivity at? We need a little bit more corn. For the sake of being well supplied, build another corn farm over here, like so. So now we're very much so supplied on corn, which is perfect. We're producing how much atelier? I think the actual production amount is incorrect. We'll have to wait till the productivity goes up in here. What's our sugar like? Sugar is pretty much balanced, which is fine. Yeah, we need the bomb bins. I don't think the hacienda farm can grow cotton. No, we would need to find an island with cotton fertility. So here's an island with cotton fertility and gold deposits. Oh, here we go. Here's cotton fertility. Oh yeah, we need this island. Okay, let's go pick up goods. That's a big island. God damn. Look at the size of this island, dude. Holy Jesus, we need this one. It's got oil, it's got gold, it's got bauxite, iron, minerals, coffee, corn, cotton, sugarcane, plantains. That's a banger island right there. Now this is going to be the island we get aluminum up and running on. I don't know if I'm going to build another hacienda, although haciendas are incredibly space efficient for what they produce, which is really nice. I don't know what gold ore is used for. Oh man, we've got like access to railways now too. Oh boy. Well, I suppose it's time we start getting those bauxite mines up. All right, we got 50 wood, 50 bricks, and 50 iron heading over to this big old island that's going to be the future of my empire. This smaller island here is also quite nice, actually. It could be a good cash crop area. It also has three gold deposits. The city wants a hospital for the quest. I don't think, maybe we shouldn't build it just yet. We're holding off. All right, we're here on the unpopulated island. We're going to build our trading post. And we found Manola. And pretty much, I think the entirety of the next episode is going to be dedicated to be getting this island up and running. We're going to need artistas. We're going to need everything. But in particular, we're looking to get the bauxite deposits and seeing if we can get ourselves some air balloonage. But yeah, I'm going to call that the end of this episode. I want to thank you guys very much for watching. I love you all very much, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.